It's Jill for today. I'm alone. The director is having our car serviced, and I said, I'm gonna do this by myself, and I'm gonna do it by myself. I've got my little remote thing here. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, today I am going to continue with my soup series. Let's see here, I gotta get this right. There we go. The soup Bible, right? And I am going to make today the carrot, let me get that light out of the way, the carrot soup, carrot and orange soup. Now they serve this hot, but I remember back many years ago, it was very popular for a while to have a cold carrot soup with mint. And so I'm going to take this recipe and I'm going to tweak it a little bit for my needs, and I'm going to make it cold. But basically this is again such a simple, easy, direct recipe. It's carrots, chicken broth, onion, and you're going to saute all the carrots and onions together. Pour that chicken broth into the pot along with some orange juice and some orange rind and some nutmeg and salt and pepper, and we're going to cook that all up and get it nice and soft. And then I'm going to put it in the Vitamix again and get it all pureed, put it back in the pot and let it simmer for about 40 minutes, and then add the yogurt. And that's about it. I'm going to put it in the fridge to make it cold, but you could certainly make this a hot soup. But it's going to be a nice warm day here, and I thought, you know, that would be very nice. The other thing I'm going to make, and I'm going to try to get it on YouTube. Today I'm making breadsticks to have with our lunch. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. And like I said, it's me alone. And there's going to be a lot of this going on, I'm sure. Anyway, stick with me and we'll start to make this soup. Okay, we are ready to go here. And I have about 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm adding, it called for a pound of carrots. And I measured them out and it turned out to be 5 to 6 carrots. And I had medium-sized carrots, so I used 5. And a half of an onion, and both of these are just, the carrots are sliced and the onions are chopped. And I'm going to go ahead, and these you don't really want to brown these according to the recipe. You want to get them so they begin to soften. You know, you're going to coat those vegetables really well, as I'm doing here. And then once I feel like these are cooked, you know, coated really well, I'm going to put the lid on them and let them cook about 10 minutes. Just so they're good and soft. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and place a lid on these. And I think I will turn the heat down a little bit. I think it's a little high because I don't want them to saute. I want them just to soften. And so we'll do this, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we'll see how it's going. We're back, and as you can see, these are nice and soft. They've been cooking just about 10 minutes. Oh, and if there was smell-o-vision, it smells so good. All right, so now what we're going to add is the juice of 2 oranges, and I'd say that's about 2/3 of a cup. And the rind of those 2 oranges, which I have grated, give that a stir. And I'm going to get my heat up a little higher now because I want to bring that to a simmer. And then I'm going to add 5 cups of chicken broth. And this, of course, is my best broth, and that's better than bouillon. Okay, put that all in there. Stir that up. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and I'm just going to grate in what I think is about a 1/2 teaspoon. Nutmeg is very pungent, so I don't want to go crazy with it. I can always add more to the top as I am serving. And I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to add just a small amount of salt that maybe is less than 1/4 teaspoon, and a good grind here of fresh pepper. All right, and we're going to stir this up, and we're going to get it to a boil. And then I'm going to lower that heat down, and then put the lid on it, and cook it, well, it says till they're very tender, and I'm going to check them in about 20 minutes. And then if that's not good enough, then I'll go ahead and give them 30. But I'll keep checking on them until the vegetables are very tender. So we're going to put the lid on that, and we will be back soon. It's Jill for today. Guess what? The director's back. He's here.
I am.
He's behind the camera. And as you recall, I'm in the midst of doing all kinds of things. I've made a carrot soup, which is almost done. It's a cream of carrot soup served cold with yogurt. So I'm making some cheesy breadsticks to go with that soup. And here's my new book. This is the, what's it called? The
Italian Baker.
The Italian Baker. Yeah. Fabulous, fabulous book. My niece Leanne told me about this book, and I'm loving it. And this is the first recipe that I'm going to make from it. Simple, straightforward. So, what I first start with is a teaspoon and Director, help me with my mouth. A teaspoon and 3/4 of yeast.
Is it already in there?
It's in the bowl. There it is. Okay. Okay, got it?
Yep.
Now I'm adding a 1.75 cups of lukewarm water. Right? You don't want to get it too hot. You don't want to scare off those little yeasties. And I'm going to throw 1/2 teaspoon, although it's not called for. I'm sticking 1/2 teaspoon of sugar in there just to say, you know, it needs a little food, right? So I'm going to get this all blended well.
Using a small whisk.
Say again?
You're using a small whisk to blend it up.
Spoon or whatever. Okay, so this is all, I think, very nicely mixed up. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes until it becomes nice and foamy and frothy. And then we'll be back for our next step. This is, I mean, I'm doing this for lunch, and it's, what time is it, Director? Is it 11? 11?
Almost, yeah.
Almost 11. So I'm going to have a cold soup and breadsticks ready for lunch about 1 o'clock. We're going to have a kind of a late lunch, or like a super early mid-meal. Okay, we'll be back. Stay with us. Okay, I'm back and I'm alone again because the director's in the other room. But I figured out how to do it better. Okay, so I've got my water in here, and I gave you the wrong measurements. Of course, I'll write everything down. This was 1.25 cups of water, 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, and just 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. It did foam up, not as much as I'd hoped it would, but I know it's alive. So we're going to move on down here. Okay, and I'm going to add to this, I'm looking at my recipe, 3 3/4 cups of flour, and this is that wonderful baker's bread flour that I got. Oh, it's just beautiful too. Okay, we're going to put that in there. Then in goes 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay. And I'm going to get this moving in the KitchenAid. Get it mixed up with a dough hook. Where is my dough hook? There it is. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit more so you can see. Here, turn it. Oh, I'm so good with this little handle thing now. Okay, so we're going to get in here. Okay, we're just going to get this mixed. That started, and I'm going to add to that 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This off, bring that down. Okay, there's 1. And 2. Okay. Once this gets really incorporated, I'm going to let it knead about 5 minutes in the KitchenAid, and then I'm going to do some kneading on the board and add my Parmesan cheese to this. So I'm going to let this go for now, and I'll be back in just about a few minutes. And we are just now finishing up this kneading, so I'm going to shut the machine off. Okay, there we go. Move this out of the way. Yikes, move that out of the way. Move that a little bit more like that. Okay, we're getting there, aren't we, folks? Learning how to do this. Okay, I'm gonna put a little flour down on here because I'm gonna do a little kneading to finish it off. I personally like to do that. A little extra kneading by hand. And this is a nice, it's sticky, but it's gonna make a nice, soft breadstick. So I'm just gonna finish kneading here by hand. A little bit. Then I'm gonna add that Parmesan cheese. Okay, get some of that out of the way there. That's beautiful dough. It feels really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of spread that out. I'll start working this Parmesan cheese into the bread dough just by, hopefully this is gonna work. I've not made this before. And then I'm just gonna rest this out on the counter in a rectangle because it's only gonna take one rise, and then I'll be cutting it into the breadsticks. I'll get some of this in here. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Collect all this. Okay. Now it just says to pat it out, and that's what I'm going to do. This out of the way here. This is exciting. I love, you know, it's like the soup I made, the cream of mushroom soup. It's like, I love to try new recipes because I'm not a recipe person necessarily, because I always find that I end up, you know, if I do it once by their rules and I say, I really would like it this way. And the next thing I know, it's got my stamp all over it. So it's kind of, you know, I like to try new recipes, hoping that I get one that I say, oh yeah, that's a keeper. So we'll just see. This hopefully will be one. And I think I need a rolling pin. I'm going to give this a roll here. Oh yeah, that's much better. And actually what's good about this is I get that cheese all pressed in there at the same time. Oh yeah, this is the way to go, people. This is the way to go. Okay. So I am going to go ahead just like that, and it says to leave it on the counter, which I'm going to do, and to cover it with some saran wrap, which I will do, plastic, and then it says to let it rest about 45 minutes until it has, you know, puffed up about half. So we will do that. We'll let it rise, and I will, oh, this is going to be so good. This is a beautiful dough. I hope you try. This actually would make just a great bread dough, I think. Okay, so there we go. We've got that all, and it's not sticking so far, so that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this with plastic wrap, let it rise, and then we'll be back. And I'm going to bring this up here. So there I am. Okay, so that's it for now, and we'll go ahead and let it rise. And I'm still working on soup. It's out right now, and you know, we're going to have time to let it cool down, and then we'll go ahead and puree it and get that finished with the yogurt. Okay, so we're out here for now, and I'll be back soon. Okay, we're back, and the carrot soup has cooled, and I've got it here in my blender, and I have left back some of the liquid because I want this to be soupy and creamy, and I want to make sure I don't add too much liquid. So I'm going to start out with this. If I need more, I'll add it. So we're going to start out real slow like we did before. Even though this is cool, I don't want to, you know, have soup going everywhere. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that color. Beautiful color. believe that's a little too thick. So I might have to, let me see how this is doing. Oh, it tastes so good. You know, I don't know. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of liquid more, but I kind of like it thick like this. So I'm just going to add maybe another half cup, maybe a half cup. A ladle. Okay. I'm going to blend that in, and then I'm going to add the yogurt. I guess if you really wanted it rich, you could put sour cream in, but
ooh,
the flavor's great. The flavor's delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to add about a quarter cup of yogurt, and then you can dollop yogurt on top when you're ready.
Or sour cream.
Or sour cream. Yeah, sour cream. But what's really great about this, Director, is this is a very healthy recipe. In fact, I was looking at another one online to kind of compare what, you know, oh God, you're there in my face. I didn't know you do that to me all the time. Anyway, oh, now he's showing me. Okay, I see. Oh, that's good. Okay. Anyway.
It's terrible to be that vain, isn't it?
No, it's not. Oh. It's just that you just don't tell me when you're going to be on my face. Anyway, I looked online to look at different recipes, you know, to do some comparison. And I found one that really was this recipe. It was yogurt and chicken broth, carrots and all that. Well, a serving was 114 calories, and a serving was, I think it was a cup and a half, 3/4 of a...
Wow.
Yeah, what was it? It was 12 ounces. That's a cup and a half. So, you know, that's a pretty good bang for your buck there. With a beautiful, you know, this is kind of an elegant little soup, you know. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little more on the yogurt. Just
you put a little dollop of whipped cream, not whipped cream, but sour cream or yogurt on top, and then stick a little garnish of a sprig of mint in there or something. I have a sprig of mint. Well. Or we're going to show it when it gets served. Okay, here we go. All right, I think, Director, I'm going to have you take a little taste of this and tell me if you think this is too thick for you, okay? Here you go. Because I can thin it out. What do you think? Think about that in a bowl, a little yogurt on top, cold. What do you think? I'm not sure. You want me to add a little more liquid? Well, I know, but I don't want it to be so thick. I'm going to add just a little bit. Don't you think maybe another... Don't you? But yeah, it's going to thicken up too as it cools. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead now a little bit more. I think. Don't you? I think. Yeah. All these new recipes, you got to kind of... But you don't want to turn it into a chicken carrot soup. No, you don't. You got to be real careful there, because right now it's still really carrot. It's just delicious. Do you taste the orange? No. A little bit orange? Maybe. Just a little bit. It's not much. Yeah, it's not much. Okay, one more. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, how is your color compared to what it shows in the book? You know, that's a good question. We're going to get the Ultimate Soup Bible. Soup Bible. Okay. Here's the color of the soup. How's mine? Not quite as deep. But it's a good color. Yes, it's a beautiful color. Yeah. Beautiful color. All right, so this is going to go into the refrigerator. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's very pretty. We're going to put this in the refrigerator to get it cold, right? And then while it's getting cold, I'm still working on those breadsticks, and we'll get those in real soon. So anyway, we're going to, you know, put this in the fridge, and we'll be back soon. Okay, we're back, and it's breadstick time. And this bread dough, now bring it on down, Director. The bread dough has, I've given it about an hour, and it's risen. And I'm going to do it the way they said. They said to go ahead and cut up the center, right? And then cut across, right? And then to cut it into pieces that are about the size of a large finger. Large what? Finger. Large finger. And they said a fat finger. But well, it is a fat finger. Too fat? No. No, I don't know. No. Okay. Oh, that one's fat. Okay. Oh, I'm sure you're. Well, I hope you draw it better than you cut. You're going to really suffer on that, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll bet. I've got my piece picked out already. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay. That was pretty cinchy. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so then you take, I'll take one of the better ones here. Better ones. And it says you just kind of stretch them out, you know, and just kind of make them how you want them. And put them on your bread your bake sheet like that. Okay. Well, this has been kind of a better cooking experience. We're gonna hopefully see how these are. I'm really hoping they're cheesy. You know.
Well, the cheese is in them?
Yeah. There's a half a cup.
Because I wasn't here when you prepared.
Half a cup of Parmesan. They're nice and fluffy though. Nice and fluffy. I can see already I'm going to need another bake sheet, aren't I?
You think?
Mm-hmm. Okay, these are going to go into an oven of 450 degrees. And it says they should cook, oh, that's a nice long one. They said it should cook about 10 to 12 minutes. And I will check them at the 10-minute mark. Are those looking good?
They look good to me.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven, 450, 12 to 15 minutes. And when they are out, I'm sure the director will be very happy to give a review.
It's a terrible sacrifice, but somebody's got to do it.
He will. He'll give it a review.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'll be back in 10 to 12 minutes.
See ya.
Uh-huh. Here is the most wonderful looking lunch. We've got our carrot soup. The director said, no, I don't want yogurt on mine right now. So we've got lovely creamy carrot soup. We've got some killer breadsticks, right? Absolutely killer.
Look killer.
Beautiful, huh? Beautiful. And the director, wants to try one.
The yogurt with
yeah, this one's got the yogurt and mint. Very excited, very excited. Now, director, you haven't tried this yet. Neither have I.
No, I haven't.
Okay, here you go.
So hang on, let me hand back a little.
Here I am.
In all your glory.
In all my glory. Okay, here you go. And I'll try one too at the same time.
Thank you.
Very excited.
They smell wonderful.
They do smell good. The texture is fabulous.
Nice cheesy taste.
I was going to say cheesy. This is a keeper. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Must do again. The soup we haven't tried, totally chilled, but we absolutely adored it. In fact, I think after lunch, we'll do a quick little review of lunch and the soup, and we'll tell you how it was. All right. This mouth is full of good bread. So is the director's. We're going to eat. See you soon.
You're live.
We're full. We may be live, but we're full. Director, let's talk a little bit about it. Now, the breadsticks were excellent.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. The Italian baker, my people. Excellent. I will make those again. And as we were munching down on those, the director says, this would make awesome pizza crust. And it would. And you know what else I just thought? I wouldn't take the cheese out of it. I'd leave the cheese in it.
Well, you're regular Domino's.
Oh.
No, I'm just being
No, I mean, it's Parmesan in there.
The cheese was wonderful.
So you make that cheesy crust and then you do your pizza.
Yeah.
I think that'd be phenomenal. Anyway, a keeper, I'll put the directions in the description box.
And you told them what kind of flour you used.
Oh yeah, that King Arthur, that artisan bread flour.
It wasn't King Arthur.
No, but you could get, if you can't get Bob's Red Mill, that's what I bought. Yeah. And he's in almost all major grocery stores now, all across the country.
Whole Foods,
New
Season.
I think even Safeways.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
So you could get that, or if they don't have that, the King Arthur brand also makes a wonderful artisan bread flour. It's a lovely flour, and those breadsticks were really good.
But patronize Bob's Red Mill.
Oh, please do.
Bob is an older gentleman, and
he's been there from the beginning.
Yeah, he's here in Oregon. And,
yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful company. Then, of course, we made that fabulous carrot soup out of my ultimate soup Bible, right?
Right.
And it was excellent. And now we had a couple little comments about it. We thought maybe, the director was right, it had just a little too much orange on it. And I had used, according to the recipe, 2 oranges and the rind of both oranges. He thinks we should back off maybe 1 orange.
I do.
So that carrot flavor is more predominant. So I would suggest that. And I'll put the ingredients as the book has them. But I'll put my little notes in there too. But I think, I think 1 orange.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if you might recall, I was adding more of my broth to that blender till I got that nice little, what I felt was a good texture. And it was, wasn't it? I mean, it was thick enough, but it wasn't like, and I had about a cup left after I kept, kind of pouring it in there, seeing where I was. So that's what I did there. Again, I'll put the instructions as they were written, but my little notes about that.
And you can also play with it, you know.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
about, what if you'd start like with a cream of mushrooms, cream of chicken soup, and added, you know, made kind of like a cream of chicken soup, and then added the carrots in there.
So are you talking about the chicken being pureed or chunks?
I'm not talking about any chicken at all.
You said cream of chicken soup.
Does that have chicken in it? I don't.
It's a cream of chicken soup.
What do I know?
No, I mean, would you say cream of chicken soup?
I just thought it was like a chicken.
Oh, you mean more of a creamy instead of a chicken broth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, that would be interesting.
And then what I thought is garnish it with some
go.
sliced jalapeno
Jalapenos.
peppers. Oh man.
I don't know. He's got a thing. He's got a thing. As a matter of fact, if you like jalapeno peppers and you're thinking about dehydrating any, if you go down, oh my gosh, I don't know, several months down our playlist, there's videos there about dehydrating jalapeno, and the director almost cutting his finger off in the process. Okay, so I think we're done here.
Okay. And the only other thing I would say is go for the sour cream instead of the yogurt. Yogurt is healthier, less calories, but sour cream elevates that stuff.
Okay, oh absolutely. You didn't have any on yours.
No.
And I had yogurt adult on mine. Did you find that the yogurt in the soup wasn't right?
No, it was fine.
Okay.
It was fine.
So are you talking you might put sour cream in the soup too?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know, but certainly as you're
serving.
Yeah, to top it
It's
all.
a beautiful soup. I mean, you could serve that with company.
Very elegant.
Yeah. And you know, you don't need a Vitamix. Do not think you need a Vitamix. If you have a blender or immersion thing, you know, that might work too. But it was just silken. It was just beautiful. Okay.
Or if you have a lot of friends, invite them over for a carrot squashing party.
Yeah.
You know, like grapes.
Yeah. All right. We're done here. I have a kitchen I need to clean up. I have a lot of breadsticks that I'm going to need to hide.
You better hide them good.
I know what's going to happen to those. He's a breadosaurus.
Yeah.
He is a breadosaurus.
It's, you know, I am to breadsticks what Bugs Bunny is to carrots.
Yeah, it's true. I can't give that man enough bread. Okay, everybody, we're done. Have a good time making the stuff. We're so glad you were here. Subscribe if you've never subscribed. Tell your friends. If you liked it, you know, like do the thumbs up thing. If you said, just walk away. You don't have to do that. What? Director, what?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I'm just going to try and beat you to the kitchen.
I know, I can feel that tension. Okay, everybody, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.